Hello, welcome back. I've had a name change. It's no longer Tiger Gaming. It is now Kracken Gaming because I'm a woman and I'm indecisive. Today we're not coming back to Darkest Dungeons. We are going to be on Jusant. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. It's a French game. I think this stands for Receding Tide, and you'll figure out why when we reach the cinematic. I'm not going to speak through this. It's got no words, but it's a really beautiful game, so I'm going to let you appreciate it. Ooh. Not to specify, this is the demo. It's actually not out until Halloween, which I wouldn't have pegged it for a Halloween release. Quite the opposite of what I would expect for a Halloween release. But here we are. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love the music. I don't know, I don't think there's going to be any voice acting voices in it, but for a quick description, it's basically a climbing game, which if you're a fan of rock climbing, perfect for you. It's intended for a console, so it is slightly harder, on PC, and it's actually rather difficult to talk whilst doing this. Full to wind in the row. I've done this demo a couple times, and I have literally just fallen off from walking along the sides. I've never plummeted to my death, so I don't even know if you can actually. The view is stunning, and I presume it only gets better as you go up. I think there's different paths you can take along the way, but I think they all inevitably end up at the same place. Well, that's my experience with the demo anyway, but you'll see. It is hard to get the hang of at first. If you see this little diamond, if that comes up, then you can attach one of them. Just so you don't lose all your progression. If he's not moving in the direction you want him to, it's probably because you have to jump. Like if he refuses to go up, you gotta jump it. There is one good thing about this game is it basically spoon feeds you. So even though the controls are hard to get used to, they talk you through everything. You don't have to figure it out yourself. Which for a game that's like it's quite relaxing. I don't want to have to figure things out. Well, saying that, it is a puzzle game. So you've got to figure out like where to go, what to do. And there's little things you collect on the way, like notes and stuff. Which is quite fun. We'll go up here. Studio that's developed this is Don't Nod, and I think, if I remember correctly, they're the studio that did Life is Strange. Another great game. I don't know what all this blue stuff is. Is it like some kind of moss? Oh, here's one of these notes. So I spent about 5 minutes pressing the up arrow because I was like, what the hell? But it's shift, in case you were wondering. Another sleep turning over stones at the old delta. 2 belay stations for parts, a good catch. There should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. I'm guessing that's part of the tower. Otherwise it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, and I finally caught an old knitting machine. Not in great shape. We should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide though. Stop doing business with Rem. Sell them for parts at the heights. So there's three sections mentioned there of there was an old civilization that used to live on this tower. I suppose you could say it's just sectioned into towns like we would have. Sometimes you're gonna have to swing, like over to that ladder. So to do that, you just run, just go down a bit further, run along the wall, and jump. Boom. I wonder if I can get a nice thumbnail. Get high up now. We could go back down, but I'm not gonna. Oh, what's this? Some clothes of the past by the sounds of it. There's definitely a kind of magical element to this. You see that blue thing in my backpack? Yeah, I call him Squishy, but I don't know what he's actually called. He's like a little. He looks like a water kind of little teddy squishy thing. It's the only way I know how to describe him. So this was a restaurant. People are climbing down from all over. So people that inhabited the tower built all the scaffolding. If you want to read all this, feel free to pause. I've already read this. When I do the full Let's Play, I will probably read it out loud. But we'll see how much I'm hitting my voice that day. I just... Oh! Oh! Oh. Nearly. I'd definitely give this game a shot if you're into rock climbing, because that is basically what the game is. There's obviously the story element behind it, but... Ooh. They look like worms, but then they turn into little bloom things. Let's see what's down here, because I don't think I went down here when I actually did the playthrough. Oh no. So this is where you go. So let's go up here. Maybe these are... Like if you end up falling, you can use these to just quickly get back up or something. I don't know. Here we are. So you don't need to attach yourself to these anchors every time. Huh? Oh. If you just click the mouse, it does it automatically. Can't wait. Like, there's so many questions I have about this game. What happened to the civilizations? Because I presume the tide receded before they got wiped out or left, so why did they leave? Double jump. So it took me a while to get that right. You don't do the second jump until you're at the peak of the first jump. So you don't just double click it, you wait. Geronimo. I love these swing. That's the most fun. The swinging for me. Forewarning, you're not going to fly through this like I am right now. This is, I think, my 4th time through. And I have got the hang of it. Just. I mean, you might, maybe I'm just terrible. Every time you rest that white bar at the top of my green bar, it gets smaller. Oh, no, it gets bigger, so the green bar gets smaller. Maybe they weren't here before the tide receded. It only receded down to a certain part because they all have boats. Ooh. My intrusive thoughts just want me to jump, but I'm not gonna. Let's take a look in the scariness. Ooh. I didn't see them last time. They look like little lizard things. Let's follow them. Another note. This was like an archaeological dig site of some sort that Lynn worked at. Oh. Go CD. Let's head towards this big tower. I'm trying to think what else there is about this. Loads. I'm just totally forgetting to say, wow, look at this view. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about when I say it's a very cinematic game. Ah. There's a change in biome. Dead in front looks quite icy, doesn't it? Compared to the rockiness. I wonder if there's like slip elements with the ice biome. Who knows? Yeah, lots of fishing equipment. So the tide hadn't completely receded by the time they were here. It must have happened after. Jump down here. Will it let me? Ooh, maybe it doesn't actually let you. Bianca. Still no water. Fresh start. Blah 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 blah. I'm going to miss the tide. I left your mail by the door. So Bianca must have lived here. This is fun as well. The note. For 12 octaves after the Jusant, the receding tide. Okay, I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink. Addition to the clouds, okay. So Bianca, Becca, and Arlo. So we've just climbed up low tide. And Bianca's on her way up the tower. After the tide receded. Going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. I'm leaving you to the weave beaks. Right there. We'll watch over you from the sky. Oh, that must be the little seagull things we saw at the start. Right. Get to the top. Right, this is so fun. What is happening? Jump again? Try and get to... This is going terribly. Whoop. Just. You've got to double jump there, by the way. I fell from that about 7 times. The first time I came through it. Top of the lighthouse? It's not your everyday lighthouse. That's for sure. See if we can see anything. There's definitely a different colour to that. Although then it's, I don't know. We'll see. Squishy. Hmm. There are 5 symbols on the floor when the one changed blue. Maybe that's what changes the biomes. The lighthouses. And did the line tattoo things on his body change colour then? Maybe they match what biome it is. Who knows? We'll see on October 31st. Catch you at the next one.